Digital residency is on the rise, and if you haven't heard of it, it's a process in which countries allow citizens of other nations living outside of their borders to get a digital residence in their countries. Now, there are many benefits of digital residency related to taxation or starting a business and running a business, accessing digital infrastructure, and much more. With digital residency, this can be highly beneficial for freelancers, content creators, digital nomads, solopreneurs, and other location-independent business professionals. So I'm going to explain how and why this trend is starting, why it's growing rapidly, and everything that you're going to want to know about digital residencies. Without further ado, let's dive in. All right, guys, first things first is how did digital residencies get started? The first country in the world to offer digital residency was Estonia in 2014. Estonia launched its highly innovative e-residency program to help create a borderless digital society for global citizens. This program has been extremely successful so far, and Estonia now has over 100,000 digital residents, and it's quickly growing. Estonia chose to create this program as a part of its efforts to become the most digitalized country in all of Europe. And Estonia is a small nation without many natural resources, so its leaders chose to make it extremely sophisticated digitally in order to help the country to thrive. Now, Estonia even offers electronic voting for its official elections, and a number of other countries have created their own digital residency program to generate revenue and to attract talent from the global workforce around after witnessing the success of Estonia's digital residency program. Now, what are the primary benefits of digital residency? You see, the exact benefits of digital residency programs vary slightly from nation to nation, as the programs are not all identical. However, here are some of the main benefits of Estonia's digital residency program that many of other programs were based on. Being able to set up an Estonian company remotely, getting an Estonian digital identity, getting an Estonian tax ID number for your business, getting access to the European business markets, 0% corporate income taxes for profits that are reinvested back into the company, being able to easily declare and pay your corporate taxes online, and much, much more. Estonia has an extremely business-friendly corporate tax structure. For e-residents who remotely establish companies within the nation, corporate income taxes are only charged on profit distributions, aka dividends, and these taxes are capped at 20%. However, if your business reinvests the profits back into the company, then they're not taxed at all. So you heard that correctly. Estonia does not tax corporate profits that you reinvest back into your company. Amazing. Now, this also includes money that you keep in your corporate bank account without paying it out in dividends. So, this tax structure can be highly appealing for startup companies because it's often crucial for new businesses to reinvest their profits back into the company to fuel the next stage of their growth. This is one of the main reasons why Estonia's digital residency program is growing so quickly. So many new business owners are setting up their e-residency programs in Estonia, and they will qualify for this level of tax treatment. However, many may not. Whether or not your business qualifies for it depends on a number of factors, such as if your home country has a treaty with Estonia that prevents double taxation. If it does, then this increases the chances that your business will qualify for Estonia's corporate tax structure. Estonia has signed treaties with over 60 nations that prevent double taxation. The United States does have one of these treaties with Estonia. It is also important to keep in mind that getting an e-residency with Estonia does not make you personally a resident of the country. It just makes your business a resident of the country. So you will still have to pay personal income taxes to the country you reside in. But even if you still have to pay personal income taxes, the extremely low corporate income tax rates can make e-residency in Estonia very appealing for many entrepreneurs and innovators looking to build online-based companies. Now, how much does digital residencies cost? Currently, it just costs 120 euros, or about $128, to become an e-resident of Estonia. Now, the approval process usually takes a couple of weeks. All applicants are subject to background checks that are carried out by the Estonian police and the border guard, and this authority manages the entire application process. And during the background check, when you apply, the EPBG will check your criminal record and certain other information about you. If your application is accepted, you'll be able to participate in the program, If it is rejected for some odd reason, then you will not be able to join Estonia's e-residency program. Things like having a significant criminal activity in your past could potentially disqualify you from getting your Estonia e-residency. So if you don't have this, then your odds of approval are actually much higher. But keep in mind that e-residency is not the same thing as travel documents, and it does not give you permission to physically enter the country of Estonia. You will still need a passport or a visa for that. It also does not give you citizenship. You will not qualify automatically to become a citizen of Estonia just by signing up for an e-residency. So if you were thinking that you could start a beautiful new life in Estonia just by becoming an e-resident, I'm sorry, that's not the case. You still have to go through the traditional immigration channels for that. But if your application is approved, you will become an e-resident. You'll be issued a e-resident kit, which will have to pick up from an official pickup location, where you'll also be required to put your fingerprints down for verification process. Now, you might be asking what other countries have digital residency programs other than Estonia. Some of the other countries that have created and launched their own e-residency programs include Portugal, Ukraine, Lithuania, South Africa, Brazil, and there's a few others. It is likely that many other countries will soon launch their own e-residency programs that will compete with Estonia and the others that have already had these programs in place. So let's talk about how digital residency is changing the global business market. You see, digital residency as a concept is less than 10 years old, and it's thus still very new. However, it is quickly gaining steam, and hundreds of thousands of people in the world are already digital residents of various countries, and this number is just going to continue to go up. There are a number of factors fueling the growth of digital residency. First is the desire of many people to open online businesses in countries with favorable tax structures and regulations. The second is that many people who want to start online businesses would rather start them in countries with advanced digital infrastructures and services like Estonia. But finally, and third, there's simply a growing number of digital nomads and world travelers who have various online businesses who don't need to be home all the time. Many of these people travel very frequently, but would like to have a digital home base for their business in a country that is ideal for business overall.
We have a generation who has grown up knowing that you communicate digitally.
Estonians realized, because they embraced the internet and technology, business and everything was going to move to the internet.
Estonia was ranked 16 out of the 180 countries in the Ease of Doing Business Index, created by the World Bank in 2019. And this is another reason why the country has become a hub for digital residency. We are still early on in digital residency, but it's possible that digital residency will evolve and digital residents will be able to get access to even more benefits as time goes on, and as other nations develop this and probably make it better. For example, instead of having individual agreements with each other, perhaps a group of nations will come together to create some sort of global digital residency with tax rules that are all identical for all participating nations. And the digital residency could be combined with a special visa that allows participating digital residents to actually travel and work within the participating nations as they please. It is likely that innovation will continue to occur in the world of digital residency because both individuals and nations can benefit from this. So, for example, ever since Estonia launched its digital residency program, it now has a brand new source of revenue. It gets to collect registration fees on all of its new digital residents, in addition to corporate taxes on certain percentages of the new business that are established through its digital residency program. In other words, offering higher quality digital residency programs is a way for a nation to attract talent, attract revenue and attention. And for many smaller nations, like Estonia, having a digital residency program can make a tremendous amount of money or difference for its national revenue. For example, since Estonia's program was started, the program has generated 183 million euros in revenue for the country. Now let's talk about seeking out tax advice from a tax advisor on e-residence. If you like the idea of digital residency and think that it might be a good idea for your business, then I want to give you a piece of advice. Make sure you speak with a tax advisor beforehand who actually understands what this is. The reason is because you want to make sure that you fully understand the rules, benefits, regulations of digital residency for your business. A tax advisor can help you choose the right country to do a digital residency in for your business, or inform you of exactly how the taxation will work for your particular program. Now, remember the specific agreement that your home country has with the host country. This is going to heavily dictate what kind of tax benefits you get to have access to. There are other factors that might also come into play, such as whether or not your business has multiple owners, or whether these owners reside in different countries, whether your business also has permanent residence in a host nation, or whether it employs people in the host nation. It is true that digital residency can provide some exciting tax benefits in addition to other benefits that can make doing business on a global level easier. However, if you're going to go down this route, then you definitely need to make sure that you set up everything correctly, that you remain in full compliance with the Internal Revenue Code and domestic tax rules. Speaking with a professional tax advisor will help you greatly when it comes to this strategy. Now, I know we've covered a lot of ground so far, and to be honest, I'm proud of you for making it through this video. But here are some of the main points I want you to walk away with. Digital residency allows you to set up a business in another country remotely. Digital residency can be ideal for people who own location-independent businesses and who want to get access to high-quality digital infrastructure, high-quality services, and tax benefits that can certainly come from another nation. Estonia is one of the world's leading countries for digital residency and has a favorable corporate tax structure that allows qualifying corporations to pay zero tax for profits that are reinvested into the business. And with digital residency, it's a trend that is on the rise. Estonia has over 100,000 people already signed up on it, and this number's only going to grow. So if you have any questions about digital residency, feel free to get in touch with my company by clicking on the link below today in the description. You're more than welcome to set up a complimentary consultation and we can talk you through the process. There's also a link in the description to my Tax Alchemy course, where I teach you powerful tax saving strategies used by the wealthiest of Americans to reduce their overall tax bill. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers.